what was I saying?
Yeah, we're talking about Shandesh and how her music is very good.
She is very good,
Do you
man.
think she writes the songs herself?
Yes, because I watched her. The way I love Shandesh, I'm not an interview person, but I do watch. And if that there's an interview that says Shandesh Trust, I'm there within Balagata. So she did like 12 questions with freshman Meg. And then she did say that most of her songs about her life. And I think that's what makes her songs interesting because it's her life as a black child, probably from the village, or not the so good life, rather I say, because I don't really know her background and her upbringing like that. So we relate. It's the reality of most of us, because even that song that says chopper, if
you think she writes? There's no proof in.
I think she does, because they even asked her the song that everyone just liked, Mapul. They asked her, would say Ramapula. Yes, Ramapula. They asked her, where is that? And she was like, it's a tavern in her neighborhood where Silala, like Wakamakompe, they don't even finish songs. So I believe that she's the one that writes her songs. What would make you believe she doesn't?
I didn't say I don't believe.
You didn't. Like, that's what you're literally insinuating. She doesn't. Guys, ke a tshepa gore wa tengwalela dikoša tša gage. But like, one thing I love her about her most is her loyalty. I feel like it's not even a Shandesh thing. All the Lekompo music makers, they're very loyal. Cause
loyal to?
Loyal. Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. When I say they're loyal, I mean like Shandesh. Apparently, her dancers. She's been dancing with those guys like back in the days. When was it? I think a couple of days ago. I saw this other video of her on TikTok where she was dancing. She was still very skinny, a very bum short. I mean,
before the money.
Before the real money, because I believe she was making money if she was getting bookings. Small money is still money. Money is still money. Yes. So she was dancing with these other guys. And those are still her dancers up to date. Even with hence I say she's loyal. You understand? And her PA.
Who manages Shandesh?
The manager, I don't know, but I know the PA because they kind of like look alike. And like people were thinking, oh, they are twins. And then she was like, nah, she's just my PA. We were working together for this other company. So even now she's still my PA. I'm like, girl, you're so loyal. She's very loyal. I think with her relationship with me, if she can put it out there as a big person, it means like there's no one.
What if it's a PR stunt?
I didn't know what to tell you. I think it is. Because I feel like who's this guy? The one they compare to Chevy. Tribby, what it was. You know that I used to have a crush on Tribby. Let me tell you, guys. So I used to not know Tribby. And that was like late last year, if I'm not mistaken. So I used to not know Tribby. And this one time, Ilaya Wind. Say his other trending song from last year.
I don't know a single Tribby song.
You don't? Man, I used to love that song. Oh, Ishintabedi.
It's hard for me to listen to him because it kind of feels like he's copying other people,
She's like, come on, be governable. Who are other people?
Okay.
That's what everyone says. Okay, but like we'll talk about.
How do you even take the tag? Like, can't you come up with your own thing?
No creativity for him. It's like you copying WhatsApp voice notes and putting them on paper. He did that earlier on. You understand?
Right. So Tribby, you had a crush on Tribby.
I did. So it was that song that Tribby Boza, and like I would just like see, like me videos of him rapping, and then I was like, oh, he looks good. And then funny thing is that he does. And then I to see him like
There are these facial expressions I'm seeing on the other side. They're screwing with me.
Yo, you hate you hate okay, like yeah, that's what I thought, right? I'm not saying I'm thinking you understand. So that's what I thought. I was
She's
like,
so
okay.
disappointed in the
So I was like, okay, who's this cute guy? I'm like, man, mentality wise, I think he's still very young. Because he's like 19.
Oh, he's very young.
He is, ne? Whereas Shebe is.
Good man.
It
I can
is.
buy much help.
Freaking
Charge of fire.
Well, yeah. Why do you think he's coping him? Just because I'm a tracker. So tomorrow, if I wake up and say tracker, gee, what are you saying?
Like as the artist, ne, there are things that you use as an to differentiate yourself as a trademark.
Yes.
You know, when someone says, "Oh, we know it's Rick Ross," you know, that's like some sort of like a tagline.
What's yours? What's yours?
Nah, I don't have one.
You don't have one.
Nah.
So you believe that tracker it belongs to Shed?
What, you don't believe that?
I do, because if someone says tracker, the first person you'll think of is probably Shed. And you know, I don't know what I used to think of him, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good until I watched his interview with McG. Man, I started loving that man after that.
That's when I became a real fan.
A fan, right?
After that interview, just like, nah, my nigga, let's do this.
Let me give you a chance. You understand? Let me see. And I'm sure already disappointed every other week. You won't discharge of fire.
Disappointed.
Because now people are coming for him. The artist teacher now that now you have to say, nah, Bambo told me, nah, Marashevili.
What's that? This thing, someone na bolela re social media o ka moroko or dira something. Ba ro just snaps sa gago. O dira profile picture or a go no crema fatlo sa gago. Next time giging o ro pala snap o tagampa. You go like because he's not trying to forget. He was the guy. I'm trying to remember. I heard this.
So, if 5 people do that, will he save like 5 profile pictures?
Obviously, okay, it's not as practical.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
I think that he's just short-tempered.
Yeah. Anya ka batho ba mo tloela bolaya.
Ne?
Yeah.
It's not a Scott Maphuma anyway. Just that one is not.
He's trying to be gangster and he's not.
He's not. He's really not trying to be gangster.
Squads.
Yes, he's not. I think I get where he's coming from, because I feel like with celebs, we need to know that they are also people, they have different personalities like us. As much as you can have a sister that's introverted, there is also an artist that is going to be introverted, and you need to respect them. You understand?
Mara, same conversation everybody had with, like the same conversation people are having on social media, ne? Like you're a public figure.
Yeah.
And your fans are your sponsors. You know that. Like the reason you have money, the reason your music is doing good, the reason you get shows is because people are listening to you, people want you. And then the same people, it's not like you'll take the nap for like 3 hours. People, it's probably like they're just asking for like a little bit of your time. Something simple.
I hate to disagree. Because listen, you're saying that fans make them, right? That's where I feel like we as fans have what we call entitlement. We feel like we're making those people. We're not. They are their hard work, their talents are what makes them. We didn't know Scott Maphuma. It's his talent that made him known to us.
Do you know why? You know how it became known to you? Because somebody heard it and liked it, and then started playing it to other people. Then other people, they liked it, like, this is good. How many talented people are out there?
Wait, let's settle this one, Scott, first.
Okay.
So if that one person that heard his songs and told another one and told another one, it was not gonna be like that if he wasn't talented and he wasn't good. So we mustn't feel entitled. We don't own these people.
We don't
And they
own
don't
them,
owe
but
us
we
anything.
we
You
we we
understand?
are like we're like we're like Mungwana Lena, man. Because
No.
without your fans,
Yes.
you
You're right.
just watch.
Okay, let's I'm about to say something which is just like, oh, okay, let's say right now Scott Maphuma is probably a colleague and then girlfriend is like, hey, I'm sending voice note at 15 minutes. When there was some kind of attention, what in the interview. We're listening to that and then when you come out, it's like ignore ignore girlfriend really last week you didn't respond to my text message and he's still feeling the heat.
The thing is, okay, he's human, right?
Yeah.
There's moments where it obviously doesn't feel like it. Mara, you don't say I don't like. Just take maybe when you're just 1 year or 2 year. But even if it's a heated moment, you don't go on podcast and say you don't care. When you saw he went on El Tito's podcast and was like he doesn't care. Even me, if I don't want to take a picture, I don't want to
I
take
saw
a
the
picture.
statement. I didn't see the. I saw the podcast thing when I was on YouTube, but like I didn't really get time to watch it. I was like, it's a one more way.
He went on Instagram.
He wrote a statement. Yes.
I did some sort of a joke. But
It's a hit, guys. I like. Am I toxic for liking it? Arbati, but selfie. I'm fully.
It's fire, but it's stupid.
It is very fire. You think it's stupid?
Yeah, because he's hurting his brand.
Do you think this could lead to his?
I'm sure a lot of people unfollowed him just from that.
I started following him when people were talking that he has attitude. I actually wasn't a fan of him until people said he has attitude. I was like, okay, let me go see who has attitude. And then I was like, as bayam kalabatini ball. Ay man, bayam kala guys.
You like problems. You like problematic things. Yeah.
That's where the fun comes from. Isn't that where the fun comes from? Because we all love Shebe. Isn't Shebe problematic? Oh, guys.
Nah, Sheba for wasn't like about puppet.
Shebe is
There's
problematic.
being problematic, and there's just wanting to be in your like this can papel. Like, this is me. This is how I move. Don't do this. Don't do that. You cross the line. Go back there. Life goes on.
You're talking about it so casual, like, nah, it's good, it's just pa. But like, I was trying to say, Hore, we all know that he is being problematic. We know that, right? But what makes us like him is his story. I feel like it's with Shebe is that thing that he's giving a lot of people hope that God really doesn't just meet us on the mountaintops only. He can also meet us deep in the valleys. Because on that thing, he did this other interview where he was saying how did his music career started. I think Velo Sarapo. He just gets in, adirang, and then he gets in and he found these boys. They were busy making music, and he was like, eh? And that's how he came up with a song. Yeah. I feel like that's what we like about it, Tore. It might be dark today. I might be living this life that's not in line with the good thing that people say. You understand? Everyone might be looking down on me and hating on my hustle. It's not a hustle. Yes. But I'll make it one day. I feel like that's why we like him. But I like him more because he's Katleho. When I heard that he's Katleho.
Where's my notes? Where's that thing?
What thing?
That little thing that I had. My now. Asal tonal.
No, thank you, Katleho. Yes, and I have a problem. Once I hear that someone is Katleho, I'm like, damn, I'm right after you. You're doing good. Because even I'm such a huge Sundowns fan, and you won't believe what I started being a Sundowns fan back in primary school. I was probably in grade 8, grade 5. That was like 2011. 2012, 2011, when Katleho joined Sundowns, and I was like, they were like, oh, there's a new player on Sundowns, it's Katleho. I was like, you know what? Sundowns, you have my heart. And I don't even follow football like that, but ask me. The last thing I get about Pirates, Imurile Sundowns. I follow them. I even want a Sundowns t-shirt. So if you're Katleho, definitely I'm right behind you. I don't even do the Lojabo Miswatat, but the one that's happening right now, currently in Vegas, what Manola Barenki Katleho, who went to Egypt for Miss Teen. I think she got second princess.
Is it?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I did follow it because I was like, hey,
she went to Egypt.
Is it Egypt? Is it Egypt? Egypt.
Kenya, Egypt, shit.
I think it is.
Fact check out for phone. Google. Grave.
I'm sure it was.
Was it Egypt?
Yes, it was.
Let's
So
see.
if you are Katleho, I'm definitely gonna support your hustle. If you are Katleho, you're watching this, please just tell me what's your hustle in the comment section. I'll pull through. I'll pull through for you. I
Okay,
will.
bona guy ba masipala ba posted. Limpopo Katleho nkwana wins
Masipala wa mo feta home.
Mm.
They did.
Okay, but you when I saw it on Facebook.
Khanya ba supportive. Are they supportive? Because I saw with that. Did you see they were busy like saying it's a disgrace, yeah, to beg us for that our municipal people didn't support the BMX guys. They only started doing that when they saw like a lot of sponsors coming in.
What's your take on that? What do you think?
I felt like it was a flop because why is it that people from far should appreciate me before you do? And if it's your Beresford, subscribe. People from Gauteng will not subscribe before you. Let's right our wrongs right now. Yes. What do you think, Gwen?
The thing is, Linda, that thing I caught it on the way, so I don't know when they started. Because it was, I think it was the April holidays. You can only text more, like telling me there's these guys on TikTok. What do I keep down? I'm like, what?
What were they trying to achieve?
And I'm like, I'm gonna follow these niggas and see like what is it that they're really about and what they're doing. It was still very some people are never such a guy before I was off back.
Oh, but you were not you were ill.
Yeah.
Thanks to the person who did send the text message, hey? I caught them thing and I was like, okay. Because now, a lot of I remember on Facebook they said who did post it on our Facebook. He was like, I think we're friends on Facebook, Nick, even though we don't know each other, but like we're friends. So they posted bare munna no ke bicycle and I was like, wait, Risha don't go munna. Because you were saying munna is solo. Munna ki repta. Is it a repta?
Yeah.
And then now we're going from repta. I thought we were going up. Then now what did this down for? I still like too serious.
The trends. You know how social media is.
Yeah, so I was like, bicycle, bicycle. So I kept on seeing it, and then I saw this guy, one more, but I see, the big guy. Sure, but Austin, is it Austin?
Oh, Austin.
Hey, yeah, and I'm a bicycle. I don't know. So guys, like, what's happening at bicycle? And then that's when like people on my WhatsApp were saying, these boys who are cycling to Cape Town, keep me, up. And I was like, okay, let me check. Interesting. But like I had one question. Is this a form of a sport? What are they going to Cape Town? Are they gonna come back by bicycle? Like I was just confused and I just didn't entertain it. I was like, hey, that's when I was going through it, hey?
You're going to go.
No, like work wise and stuff. You understand? I was just fatigued. So I was like, okay. And then now I see I'm a TikTok person. So when I get on TikTok, everyone is like, we're right behind you. Now DJ Kare is pulling through. He's a good guy.
You know what's my take about it? Because not the way I caught it, somebody told me. So the apparently, so I don't know if they knew as it was progressing. Yeah. So I don't have the information. We were somebody told them and they didn't care. They never told me. But if that's what they did, they are very fucked up. They should do better. But if that's not the case also, then by support that's
good.
That's very good.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But you shouldn't say fucked up. That's a big word. You should say effed up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a small girl. That's a big word for me. Well, yeah. And then the homecoming thing that was happening when
Crossing.
crossing. Do you think that's the only thing? Or was that something?
Something like what?
I was like, okay, you know,
Next time with Chabelo, and I'm like, that's it.
I thought it was gonna be something like really huge,
But it was
I think
huge,
it was.
wasn't it?
Because I saw someone posted a DJ Karu was actually in Vegasford.
He was there. I met him, talking to people.
Oh,
They even went to the
nice.
boys' houses.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
Kari pulled up at their houses. Even the welcome at Tambo. In Gauteng.
I did see.
how
Oh, that
crazy
was
that
dope. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really, really dope. And I feel like that's what we should normalize. Like, like we should learn to appreciate and support our people when they're still on the ground. You understand? So when they're waking like towards their careers and they're going up, we know what's popping.
Record a backup sound. Sorry for disturbing you. Yeah, I like backup.
You understand? So I feel like we should really support them because even little combo, because I think little combo is receiving so much support, from people from Limpopo with the balcony mix things.
Not just from Limpopo, but like people now, Lekompo. Obviously, you know how tribalistic South Africans are.
Yes, because that is actually was the one thing I thought of for like now, even there is this thing where Limpopo people like saying, like I hear you.
Oh yeah.
No, TikTok is
I made a vlog, well, people are in the comments like, what's tepen?
And the funny thing is that Limpopo people, actually Vegasford people, my village people hate English so much. Like, they be like, why
Which village is that?
Practicer.
Practicer village. What are you saying?
Guys, nah, people from Practicer don't want to hear you saying ubulela school. Fisha uri, hey, hi guys, but why come mapedi mo why ubulela school?
Practicer kaya na mo.
The whole of Practicer. Even today, like someone asked me, "Or sis, why you rata school?" And I'm like, oh, let me talk about last week. This other guy asked me, and then he's like, why you school? I was like, Halina, but from a practicer, why you school? Because I feel like it doesn't make sense. They need it for interviews. They need it for what and what.
Maragavali were in the streets. Why would not go school? Rema pay the Mugana mo practicer.
But you can hear me.
Mara ubolela khwasi.
When o repa ka eng go busy mo le.
Just pay now go share.
No, he's lying. You are not. I knew he's good. I knew like he can articulate himself very well through his songs, through your songs. Because I've been following you. I've been following you. I think I used to be a fan. I'm saying I used to be because then you also started liking the post the Jagamola. Because 95 likes and then I'm like, oh, I'm not a fan. Me and him we are friends. Because if I have 3 likes and you are there, I'm like, he even follows me on TikTok and I was like, you know what? I'm no longer a friend. Me and this person, we are friends. He just doesn't know it yet. You understand? Okay, I hear you. I get you. So they do really hate Sibedi. I mean,
So what because it's Mahoa about 20 but so about traumatized, Hey guys, to take a pub. Opala parte. So
where were they? Where were you? Where were you?
like Science epigenetics.
I'm counting money. I'm seeing comments. I'm counting. So let's not go there. So yeah, I was still saying what they are receiving so much, support. I think so. Music also is there. He's like, I'm a new Lekompo fan.
Posting dude lower call.
Not that one. That one is last month. Recently, about a couple of days ago, he said
not look at Chamazul, a lot of manapelama.
He was actually giving them like constructive criticism. He was talking about how they should focus on the female hit makers. I think he said it was Shandesh, it was Karishma, and then he said Makazi. And I think people did correct that Makazi is not a Lekompo.
What is Makazi? Palo music.
Oh, there is Balu. I didn't know. Yeah, so they said it's Shandesh, it's Janesh, it's Karishma, right? He was saying they should focus more on singing like live, other than they always like have their mics on, but they focus too much on dancing.
Like a backup track.
Yeah, that's what he
I don't know who he thinks he is to come in and say that, because music Lekompo, it's dance hall music. So it's about, it's not I don't think it's but I mean, it's more about dancing.
But isn't that they are singers, not dancers? They are not Lekompo dancers. They are Lekompo singers. So if they're gonna book them, we as fans we go there or Shandesh or Bella. And then we love them. Big. I think the thing is, you are a singer or dancer. Who's wrong? Really?
Yeah.
Well, but okay, besides him being wrong, I get him. You understand? Because like I'm saying, I take it in the sense that there is a dancer and then there is a singer. You are a singer. You understand? Because I have your song, man. If kinya ko teleja chopper, you understand?
These are the same expectations from fans. I want to get entitlement, the Lord. Yeah, those are your words. Yeah, she wants to get there and dance.
Because that's what she likes. Singer.
Also. You're an artist and you're performing lip syncing.
Okay, but besides
it's a new trend now. They don't want people to do lip syncing, but they want people to sing live.
Okay. He's not the only person that said that. Sorry if I disturbed you. He's not the only person that said that. Even this other, you remember Karishma actually trended last year by Unozana stage. Asambe. Which was true.
We're talking about
yes.
How do you get it kicking, moving fence if you're doing a live performance?
You dance while you singing.
Is that practical now?
Is doing it. Did you see his performance? Molero Cotton Fest. Is it Cotton? Is it?
He's lip syncing.
He is.
He only emphasizes on certain bars. That's it.
Really?
It was a backup track.
But like also, besides the one, like we were talking about them receiving support and constructive criticism. There's also like a fan that said, I love you guys so much, but I feel like with the songs, you promote them a lot on TikTok and then you take time to release them. By the time you're releasing them, we're already bored. What's your take on that?
But they're losing out on money, because especially imagine if Shandesh, what trending lately with Chopper, is it then Chopper give a my trend that drop come from. So that people, when they go and they stream the song, that's how she makes her money.
So you
now,
agreeing?
Yeah, because now people, I get a lot of grill guy. Now they have the exclusive. The MP3 by download. She's making zero money.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how music works.
Yeah, but if they go on Apple Music, this is how I use TikTok. I'm scrolling on TikTok. I hear a song and I like it.
Yeah.
Shazam music, play it, add to my playlist. Now, Shazam, The song is not there. I can't get it. I can't stream it.
And you wanna vibe now.
I wanna vibe now.
To the song.
Yeah. So they're losing out. They're losing out on money. Besides, market, maybe it works for them because it gets them show performer. Mara, there's an extra income they could be making from streams and royalties.
But speaking on royalties, that we're gonna come to that. I wanted to say, besides money, I never thought of it as in like they're losing income. I just like thought he actually does have a point. I agree because I was thinking, what you know, I feel like we always say, the song, the song, it's not as
the
good
the
as
snippet.
The snippet of
the song is not as good as the
snippet. So the snippet that we see on TikTok, it's fire, but the song. So that's what he said, and I was like, actually, he's right. I don't even think that's the case. No, I don't believe the snippet is more. I think it's that thing we just now got used to the snippet. We started enjoying it.
Saw it so
and
much.
We are so familiar with it because we love, we love something that we're familiar with it.
The repetition.
Yes, we build a reputation with it. And then when we hear the other parts of the song, we're just like, nah. Because that's what happened with Birima Room. Because, listen, with Birimaru, it's such a great song. But remember, we only got that part, Birimaru, right? And then we got used to it because that's what we used to hear on TikTok with Focus Vase, right? And then when the whole song dropped, we were like, not we, a lot of people were like, nah, Foka made this song. If it wasn't for him, it was not going to be a hit. Only months later, for people to say that Patia or Pusha Smokolo, it's actually nice and Scott Maphuma, Scott attitudes was nice. You understand? So I feel like that's where Ibakawa Tango.
TikTok is doing a lot of damage to music because it's not like channel whatever the songs that you grew up liking, wherever you were seeing them on TV, is because of
Yeah.
So you open TikTok, you're scrolling, you keep hearing the snippets, you keep hearing this, and then you expect the whole song to sound like a chorus. Yeah. That's a chorus. That's the hook. That's why we even call it a hook, to hook you to the song.
Yeah, but do you think like on the balcony mix thingies, because they are now like on balcony mix number 6, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have you ever attended one? Yes.
Are they going on 5?
No,
that was 5.
6.
They're going on 6.
It's the one for 350 a ticket. And I had a lot of people
complaining.
Yeah, Meropa, a lot of people are complaining at 350. Isn't that what we're getting from Cyril Ramaphosa, guys? We can use it.
But grocery 350. Sanje reke mai, reke nama, ile reke mohlagase. Lena ka moka lenya ka moka for ticket.
I think maybe they're trying to limit the number of people.
Why?
Don't you think?
Why would you want to limit them? Don't you want more money?
Well, you do.
And grow the genre?
You remember there was this other guy. Is that a guy who Aragwaswana on more the balcony mixed jalena? Aba re fe attention ba bolela bona seng sa bona when o tlo for ya kwa o ka se fike motho attention, and I felt like he was just reaching because how do you expect me as the event organizer to be going around greeting everyone who came in?
With what time?
With what time? I'm supposed to be entertaining you all, and I'm supposed to be hugging each and every one of you all. As I say, fans feel some...
Yeah, there's this thing social media has done in the entertainment space, man. It's so weird. People feel like they... Hey, I could say people are so sensitive and they want to be... Hi, they want to be nursed in their feelings.
And you know what I like?
What's a while? I love bully.
No, you're also one right now. You're being one. Because when I talked about Scott Maphuma, people being entitled, you're like, no, there's no such. Now I'm talking about Lekompo. You're like, yeah, there's entitlement. What's that?
I'm just showing you the dynamics of how things can be.
It's one-sided.
It's not one-sided.
I think we like Lekompo in this, setting. I think we really do like Lekompo. But like also, what do you think about how they handle interviews? I think Tribby is handling them very well.
Why do you think Tribe is handling them?
Because he's answering like what he's being asked. Even though he answers Kasperi most of the time, which I don't think is a train smash because Zulu people have been doing that. You know, you understand? Yes. But he is answering. He's answering like directly, you know, because people were complaining about that interview, yeah, Shandesh, and saying what they were bullying her. And I love how she humbled herself and did say what she's gonna learn, you know.
She said that.
Yes, she did.
That's nice.
She did say that. Yeah.
So do you think I'm a piano artist and Lekompo artist, they get enough? I feel like there isn't enough involvement from the professional side of the industry on these guys on how they should carry themselves and portray themselves and their brands. Because I mean, look at how big piano is, ne? Who do you know? Like who has actual endorsements? Who Naspanele Jägermeister? Last time I checked. I don't know anybody else.
He's cool.
I don't know exactly because he's
Very
clean.
cool.
He doesn't go on interviews and says, eh? Youngster, clean brand.
They're very
Clean brand.
do you think that them going out on interviews like ruins their careers, especially with Lekompo, because they were saying already the interview.
Media training. You can. A lot of people go on interviews. They're able to be humble, to be polite, to say the things, you know.
Yeah.
To treat people like people and respect other people.
But not Yamekji. That one will, that one, don't go.
Be careful what you say. Careful.
I just mean most of the artists, we get them through the podcast Yamekji. They go there to tell on themselves. And he has a funny way of getting...
When last did you ever experience something like that?
Where?
Somebody went on McGee's podcast to tell on themselves.
I don't really watch him like that, but the one that caught my eye was that one year Natasha Tahani, where she was talking about that 1 million. And then who else? Man, a lot of artists. I'm not gonna think fast right now, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know?
So why not? It's not even the podcast, it's them themselves. They are not trained in if your question now that makes you uncomfortable, you're an adult, right?
Yes.
You're grown enough to say, hey, my nigga, can you not try? Julius, make Juba Rob Mitchell, Najara Bafano way. So stuff. Relax.
Relax. Yeah, I actually do get you. So what's like your most favorite song or a song that you think it's a hit from the combo? Or besides that, wait, you said something about royalties and I said we're gonna talk about that later. What do you think about this thing of the combo artists saying bona they don't share? Tela jabo DJ Maphorisa ja gore ba re ke di masters, right? Bona ba re, you give me a song, I give you a song.
Stupid.
You think?
Very stupid.
Because my question is...
I give you a hit, you give me a pop song.
That's
you go make $1 million and like did a 10,000.
Yeah, because that was also what's
the logic there?
Hey, we don't know, guys.
What's the logic?
We're hoping it really does work for them and that they're making money because we love Lekompo in this house. We support Lekompo. Please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You do hit on that button, the notification bell so that you don't miss any episode. Catch us on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Lekompo, like, do you know it's like I don't know when you do about first. Lekompo, like, kind of go to the job burial dating and the likes, right? That was what I've never really like cream, like it's quite a different. And then the third playing music is like a couple of songs of it. Yeah, like, ish, guys. One day, utoko polo kwa nakita ko gusto ko ang makuya. o tlhoka go bona gore ke talent ya mogakolo go biniwa go biniwa o ka se nyako ya tlelapong o ka ya ka mapula tlelapo tlile go bona o file o ka re go se sepetlele go
Mapula.
ee
Mara Lekompo ka la kgale le bona bafana ba the riding sure somebody over introduce each
Guys, I think we did talk about late releases. We did talk about media training, Tribby and Shebe, Shandesh and her lesbian relationship, balcony mix, Tribby's interviews, BMX voice. So we covered everything. BMX episode. It was fine. Let's move it was fine. Hey, I'm not spelling what it was, and it was not. Because